Today we're going to be working on a 2004 E500. It's got bad rear airbags. As you can tell, it's almost touching the ground. Yeah, we're going to be changing those with some air knot, and with those you don't have to drop the rear end. This one has 80,000 miles on it and then failed. So we're going to be doing that today. So stay tuned.
So we're going to be showing you today how to do the air knot suspensions on the E500. This is the 04. This airbag we don't think is bad because we got under and there was a hole on the opposite side. But since the reservoir on the other side is removed, we have to do this side and this reservoir.
On air knots, if you replace one, you have to replace both because you're getting rid of the reservoir.
And then
you don't have to drop the rear end.
You don't have to drop the whole rear end.
Which saves hours. 8
hours specific. Probably about 5 hours. It's probably a 2-hour job if you don't know what you're doing.
And thousands of dollars.
Thousands. This is a $1,400 job at a shop, okay? But they have a lift. We're going to show you how to do it today on a jack.
Jack stand.
Jack stand.
Always have jack stands.
Yes, always have a jack stand. These bolts are torqued down to a certain perspective, so if you don't know the torque ratio, just Google them. You easily find them on Mercedes-Benz forums. There's people are really friendly over there. So in the air knot video, you don't have to do this. You don't have to remove this or this, only because they're on a jack, on a lift, and there's a bolt here, a bolt down here. There's a couple extra bolts, but we're gonna take this stuff off, extra 20 minutes to make our lives a hell of a lot easier.
And this works on a 2000. This is a 2004 E500. It works to 2004, 2009, and it works on some of the CLSs and some of the other Mercedes, but you have to look up on those.
So we're going to start off removing this caliper, and it's an 18 millimeter. I'm going to remove this and come back to the video. Okay, so there's two things you got to do before you start messing with this. You're going to want to remove this clip up here, right in there. You just press this top piece down, and it comes out. And then on the opposite side of this, that bolt right there is under about 550 pounds of pressure, of air pressure. So when you go to take that off, you're gonna want to go super slow. I'm talking super slow if you don't know what you're doing, and get some ear protection. But I'm not gonna do this on camera since I don't want no one to get hurt if they don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to take a pause and we're going to remove this airline and we're going to come back to remove the rotor and show you a little bit more. So I got this off. Luckily there was no pressure under there for me. So this is a 10 that you take it off with. It just fits on it and you just inch it off, inch it off, inch it off. But do it at your own risk, I'm telling you now. This is a T30 and we're just going to break this free. It only's got one of them, so it shouldn't take too long. I know you normally don't use a pry bar on this stuff, but it's just gonna get more and more harder to break bolts free as we go. So
you've got the caliper off.
Yeah, caliper. So we gotta go underneath and remove this bolt right here. And it's going to be really handy to have a couple crescent wrenches. I would get some bigger crescent wrenches, and you're going to want to have a socket with a wrench on the other side. Let's just see if we can get this set up. So that's going to be probably, let's say, 19. I'll come back to you with the sizes real quick. Okay, these are two 21 millimeter sockets. You're going to want to remove, if you have a breaker bar, I really prefer you to use it. You're going to want to take these off.
You want to show me that?
Oh yeah, I'll show you where this one's real quick over here. That one's right there. Okay. And this one, see that right there. There's a bolt. Right there. Right behind it. So I'm using these two.
Get yourself a nice Mac, but we're not sponsored.
No, we're not. Here, hold this. All right, I'm gonna go back.
They can send us tools if they'd like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, Mac's a good brand.
Just hit us up, Mac.
We'll keep going until this comes. And this is the bottom air spring bolt and nut. So when you're done with this, okay, looks like it's about done. I'm gonna take this off. And these are kind of hard to get off, so I just definitely doesn't want to go. Anyway, guess someone gets to stay for now. We're gonna start working on this one over here, up here, and I'll come back to you with the bolt sizes, and then we'll start taking it off. All right, so there's a bolt right here. I'm just gonna use gravity, and it's gonna go that way, so it's gonna just stop on the crescent wrench. There's a bolt back here, the 16 mil. You just keep going. Scrape my finger. Okay, so there's one up here, and this is just one bolt. You're gonna take this off. It's gonna come right off. Right there. No, right here. Oh, you switch on with your hand. It's right here. You're not gonna be able to get a long, deep, or any type of wrench in there, so use a crescent wrench. We're gonna come back after we got this off. We came to a problem. Okay, this side, this will come up off of this. Pretty freaking high. Like that came up there. The other airbag has not been aired up. And this is a, what do you call it again? This is the linkage. It's the top linkage.
It's a sway bar is what it is. It
top linkage for the sway bar.
It's a rear sway bar.
And we're going to get this completely
You're going
out.
to need 2 jacks.
Yeah, we're going to stabilize this, but at first, this is a little bit more of where I said, be careful with removing the hose. Okay, so the hose you don't have to worry about. It's the reservoir line right here. No, you need to come over here. Wait, hold on. Right there. You see this?
Unfortunately, we're cutting it because we don't need it.
Well, you don't need it no more. So, but you hear this? Be careful.
We don't need them because we're using the hand knob. Just get rid of that.
Just trying to 500 pounds, 555 pounds of. We're just trying to relieve the airbag because the airbag is all that pressure in there.
The other side was so flat.
The other side had a hole in it. We'll show you the hole later, maybe at the end, but if we get around to it.
Oh, watch out, man. That's what's going on.
All right, see this? Watch this. Show them that. Show them that. Yeah, okay. So show them that.
Watch
this.
The hub there.
Okay, this. And I'm cutting this hose in half later. It's just, I knew that we had pressure.
You can see it there go up. We're not moving, it's moving.
It's moving up. And that's why I couldn't get those bolts out earlier. So,
had lots of pressure.
lots of pressure.
The other side was just way easier because there was no pressure.
Okay.
But this side was sort of holding air, but not
No,
as well.
what had happened was we bought the car and the passenger side airbag had a hole down here in the hard plastic. So when the airbag would air up, it would air up, but as soon as it went into rest mode or some sort of hibernation mode, it would leak out. After sitting, I found the hole in the patch, so what we did was we patched it, and then unfortunately the patch exploded on us, and now therefore we are going to do all this. Sweet. So this is coming along. All right, so let's get in here and make sure that this is.
Yeah, that just worried us because we couldn't get the sway bar back on.
Yeah, we couldn't. Yeah, when I took this off,
it sprung up.
It had so much pressure that I'm a big guy and I can break off most bolts, but that was not coming off even for me.
See, it goes from here and then goes onto there and goes all the way
through. It goes through this bolt right here and it goes all the way through to the other side. So be careful with that.
Sway bar links.
Okay, so I would say that this air suspension is drained. See how I can move it? It was rock hard earlier. Right here. I'll come back. Yeah, that's pretty. It was rock hard earlier.
It was actually a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, after the other airbag went out, it started holding air and compressing. But for now,
we have to replace both because we're replacing with air knot.
Yes, as soon as you replace one with the air knot, you have to do both because the reservoir. Because if one will have a reservoir and one won't have a reservoir.
I got these airbags for $300 a piece
on eBay. Don't spend the air knot price and go to the website.
And they came with a year warranty, so which actually is pretty cheap. I was thinking of converting the whole thing, but
it would be too much.
It would be double and not worried about the reliability.
Okay, so after we have that off, there's one more bolt. Not one more. There's four more bolts and nuts that need to be broken.
Air spring bolt needs to come out.
Where?
No, you got it out?
No, this bolt needs to come out.
Yeah, and then right here.
See how that comes right out now? That's because there was too much pressure. So if your bolts do not come out, you are still holding pressure.
Just be careful, the whole axle will move.
Yes.
Don't crush your hand,
and
your arm.
If you do what I just did, take a knife, and I'm talking a pointed knife, and sit there and go in and spin it, and just spin it and spin it, and you're gonna hear the line break, and then slight air. You don't want to cut it in half because you're gonna hurt yourself with your knife and with the 500 pounds of PSI that's coming at you. So, okay. With this, we have this bolt right here that's going to be coming out, and I'm pretty sure that is the T. No, it's not a T30, I don't believe. It's a T55. Okay, so nope.
No, this one's a T50 over here.
I need the T60. Is there a T60?
No. Nope. T55 is. Oh no.
Yeah, that isn't it.
Why is that one too small?
Yeah.
Then we have to have one.
Yeah, so that's got to be a T60, and then there's one right there. And this is why we took off the rotor in the first place. It's right behind that skid plate, and it's just a lot easier to get in this when you don't have another 4 to 5 inches bulging out on you. Alright, we're gonna pause since I can't find that. We'll come back when we're breaking it. Okay, so we found the T60, and then you want to get your crescent wrench right up in here. So if you want to go up there a little bit, you can see it. It's the bolt's like right up in there. So and try to break these free before you try to really take them off. Make your life easier. Once again, the crescent wrench is just gonna do gravity's job for me. And if you guys need any any bolt identifications or anything like that, just message us, comment on this. Make sure you just ask.
Yeah, let us know and we'll try to
If you
walk
need
you
anything,
through.
let us just ask. Maybe we'll let us know. Maybe we'll have a car here that we could just work on to show you how to do it. Just let us know.
Need any car advice?
Alright. Keep twisting until that bolt falls off. Bam, gravity. There we go. Okay, so, and this bolt was really hard. What? I didn't even, so before I wasn't even able to use a crescent wrench on that, actually, on the other side, because I did the other side already. So on the other side, I had to use a 13/16 wrench because I didn't have no room. I had no room, and this just was not enough to break it. You know, this extra little 2-3 inches just gives you enough to break it.
Well, I think I know because this one was at a right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Angle.
The other one was tucked in. You'll understand when you're in this job if you're doing it. This is the driver's side. Just to let you guys know, I've already completed the passenger side. It is in. We're not trying to air it up until we get everything out. So I got that out. This is the last one we need to take out before we start removing the airbag. And this is going to be back here once again. Look back here, phone. Up more. Right there, another crescent wrench or a crow's foot or a wrench, you have it. Another T60.
No, it's T55.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a T60. No, he's right. T55.
I told you.
Okay.
What the hell it is?
So find the T55. Right here in my hand. So I got that. Break this free first. See, I don't have a crescent wrench or nothing on the other side yet. I'm just gonna get it to spin. Then I want to get back here. That's why I say it's always good to have somebody here just in case something happens, because I like to get in here and really see what I'm doing. And remember, if you take it off, put it back on. This is very serious stuff right here. This is going to be your family, people's other families on the road. You're stopping. Just going to be a lot of that. Okay. Like I said, if you have two people, it's way easier, but my second person is holding the camera. So we're just trying to give a demonstration video on how to do it on a jack instead of a lift. Because they're not video, it is a lift. And sure, I might be able to do this in 20 minutes if I had a lift. But you don't win always, or get the way you want to do it. Alright, so maybe we're just and this is going to be your last bolt. We'll come back. I've got to get this. So this piece, you take that off, you push down, get it under there, and guess what? Make sure you puncture and cut all the way through your reservoirs. I don't know what type of clamp that is, so unless you know how to do it,
I'm guessing it's a Mercedes
specialty
OEM tool.
Specialty thing.
It's a really weird looking clamp.
Okay, but this airbag is ready to come out. So we're just gonna try to wiggle it a little. We're gonna lift that bottom bolt up and out. We're gonna push this back down. Come through. Let's pause right here so you don't damage your power cord. Take your knife and cut the zip tie. Ta-da.
Look at that. $1,500.
OME, $1,400 job. What'd I do it in? Oh. With commentary.
This video, it's been about 30 minutes.
All right, so we're gonna chuck that
Hey, that's
behind
still worth
him.
some money.
Oh yeah, that one we're gonna try to sell still. Whatever. Don't buy on eBay. They do it to us, so we do it to you. So
Buy new parts.
buy new parts.
Unless you know.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab the air knot.
Oh, yep.
Here it is. We are not sponsored by Air Knot. This is the video we're doing.
They want to give us a shout out?
Yeah, we'll show you.
Message me, comment, and we can meet up.
So these are bought from eBay. They were brand new, open box. So that means somebody opened the box, inspected the bags like
I'm guessing
this.
they ordered the
They
wrong
did this.
part.
They did. Oh, looks good. Stuck it back in there, closed it up, taped it up. Good enough for me. You pull it out and it looks like this. No tamperage right here. Looks that good. I think we're good to go.
You want to make sure that it's facing to you.
Yes.
Where it says
read.
facing wheel.
Read before you
Let it
install.
point to you.
Okay, I want to repeat. This boot is for protective purposes only. The inside is what you want to be careful with. Okay?
Okay, he's going to show you how to put the
I'm going to
little-
show you how to do the plug. So I'm going to set this down right here on the ground. I'm going to get this.
The clip's going to be hard to show because it's really in there.
No, this. Okay, I'll explain this a lot easier than the Air Knot video is going to show you.
They don't really explain anything on that.
Okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this out, okay? Be careful. These are plastic threads, okay?
So hand
As
tight
far as
first.
I know, they're plastic threads. Somebody, what, in the Air Knot video or some video I was watching, somebody said that these are plastic.
So hand tight and then
A
wrench.
teeny bit of wrench. This is gonna be your top plug in there. I'll show you where that goes. I'm gonna set that back there. This, go ahead and insert it with the plastic piece in it. Okay. So I'm gonna get it nice and hand tight. I'm gonna take the 10 millimeter. I'm going to
About a quarter.
barely torque it. Like, if it goes more than that,
You start here cracking.
how about
creaking,
this?
Anything.
Barely even move it, just like I did, and then try to take it off with your hands. If you can't take it off with your hands, good to go. Okay.
If you hear anything, stop.
Then, no, if you hear anything, you're too far. You're done. Don't do it no more. You're done. Buy a new one. Pull this out. Your new hose. When I get this installed, I'll show you how to put it in. But this, all you do is take this off. You take this piece off. I'll show you this piece on the top.
Gold piece, both gold.
The gold top piece next to the white part down here will pop right
It's
off,
the
and then this
threads.
whole thing comes right off. I'll show you how to do it. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna show you how to. Well, I'm not gonna show you exactly how to do it. There's no perfect way how to do this. If you get it in, you get it in. So I'm going to take a quick pause, and then we're going to be installing there. All right, see these two plugs that are necessary to your new Air Knot plug. You're going to want to tuck these back. I go bottom in first. Actually, I'm going to pull out and go top first, then bottom.
It's a lot more tighter.
Yeah, this one's a lot more tighter. Okay. Let me pause that. So this is your old one. This is your new one. Okay. even on the other side, it was like this, and the other side was damaged. This side's not. This side, you even watched me puncture it and leak the air out. This
kind of cheap clips.
This just, yeah, they're extremely cheap, so don't worry if you break it. I would replace it like this, just so it, like, when it clips in, it stays on the top. But when it breaks off, it's just gonna snap off. So what you do is right up in here, see that screw? All this is gonna do is just screw right up on it. You just screw it in like a light bulb or any other sort of random screw, just like that. There you go. And then that's gonna be your air suspension top mount, and then your bottom mount's gonna go right back to the bottom screw. Okay, so we're gonna try to do this, put the spring back in. So you want to hold that. Okay, so I feel like if I push this down right here. Okay, so actually I'm not gonna worry about those cables right now because I feel like they're distracting me more than helping. Okay.
You want to make sure facing wheel, everybody.
Facing wheel. Shove it down. Okay. I remember how I got this in the first time. So I'm gonna pop this out. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Push this down. Bottom in first. That's why. Get it in there. Alright. You want to try to get in there? No, you're not doing it right. I'm gonna need your help. So here. Okay. Shit. We might not be able to videotape this side. I'm gonna need your help, or we're gonna damage the spring.
Get it in there. We're gonna have to pause because this part does.
Well, this part
on this side.
Oh, hey, hold on. Okay, we're just gonna pause. Okay, so we got the air spring in, and it's really difficult on this side. Yeah, I had to push down on this while he got it in, and yeah. So when you go to this point, just try to take your nail, or let's see, let's not break my nail in half here, which I just did.
Be careful. Break the line.
Let's see if we can just go like this. We just slide it off. No, this part tapers it from coming off. So this is gonna be the part we remove. Okay. Jesus, this side just broke right in two. Okay, see, it just comes, you break this off. Okay, come get the other side. And the part I showed you how to install. Okay, see, this right here, not the green, but this little black smidge you can barely see. That line, you guys are gonna have a wear line just like that. Okay? So what we're gonna do is come over here to the part we already put in. Okay, we're gonna wait till the camera gets over here a little bit. Oh, hold on. Okay, so what we're gonna do is gonna come up. Okay. Oh, you're good. Just stay there. Just readjusting. Just readjusting everything. So you're gonna take this. Make sure it's all the bushing. You're just gonna feed it in to that mark. Okay? Okay, see how I got it into that mark? It went a little bit deeper, but you're gonna want to stay at that mark or in just a little bit, because that's where the manufacturer put theirs on, and you're gonna want to copy where they put theirs in. So you're just gonna want to take your clip, put it up. Take your clip. I heard a little click. It's tiny. Yeah, I did pull on it. It's in there. Okay, so there we have it. We have the new airbag installed with the plug-in. Okay, so that is nice to see. Can't wait to see if these work as good as the original. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to put this. I'm not going to put this one on yet because my life's a little bit easier if I can get in here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? How I took it off. So I'm going to put this back on. And then I'm going to feed it through. But I'll show you how to put it back together for the video. I'm going to pause for a second. Alright, these are 21mm bolts. So instead of putting the top bracket arm, the rear control arm back on first, you're going to want to mount this, mount your shock, I don't know what you want to call that exactly.
Air spring.
Not your air spring, your, I don't know, your suspension strut. No, well, this other one. The secondary. You're going to want to put that bolt in first. Then you're going to want to put the strut. Actually, I can't put the strut in first, but because I have to lower the car or jack up the other side of the car before I can, since I have to go down. Okay. All right. Yeah, since the other airbag's installed, the car has no air in it, and therefore this isn't going to go back together as easy as it should. So we're going to go
tell us what.
So you're gonna want to feed that through while I pull the.
Try to do it while
You're gonna have to look first.
okay.
So you're gonna have to watch me pull.
Keep going. No. Oh, yeah, dude, right there. Oh, that was right on. Oh, how weird it goes down for a second. Okay, we're gonna pause the video so we can get the bolt on. Okay, we got it on with pulling up and down, prying on it.
Yeah, so you gotta jiggle this part, kind of like up and down, and push on this down at the same time.
If you can do it without removing the bolt.
You guys are gonna have a little bit more easier time. Well,
just depends on how bad your car is.
I don't know. I would say you're gonna have to try not to remove it. Take the nut off. But if you have to,
if you're doing it by yourself, leave it on.
You're gonna have to take it off either way because of that. And this was adding too much resistance. So when I pressed down, you were able to slide that up.
It's gonna be a pain in the butt.
Be careful, okay?
Yeah,
you're on a jack. We are on a jack.
The jack stand, but jack stand's emergency.
So I am going to put. Just
Just want to give a shout out to whoever designs this car.
Yeah. And so you're gonna want to tighten this one up. So you're gonna want to tighten that up with the other side, and then you're gonna want to put this back down and tighten that up. But before that, you're gonna want to put this in, tighten that up, and then there's one more bolt in there. But we're gonna take a pause because I need to get the tools. I need to tighten this up. So this is gonna be the suspension. I don't know what is this right here? This black bar. We're tightening that bolt.
Extra spring.
It's like an extra suspension spring. But
really weird why they just didn't make it normal.
So we're just tightening this up. These are 2/16s. Using a wrench on the other side just to hold this still so I can get it nice and tight. Okay, so that's gonna be tight. Okay, so this bolt, this side is gonna be pointing out of this side, and it goes right through. Can't see where this goes. No, I had that backwards because that's how you get that nut off. Okay, nut goes there because that's the pain in the ass of the problem. Okay, so see, tighten this up. So you're gonna want another crescent wrench. You're gonna want to set that down. Change that out. And that's what was that, a T55 or a T60?
That one I think is a 60.
It's a 55.
That one's a 55.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It's a 60.
Told you.
Too much play.
That one up here is a 55.
Fucking A. I need to get under there and fucking hold that stuff. I'm trying to do all this by myself on this side.
Just the camera here. Okay.
Gotta hold it up there.
Ooh, that one's killing Carl. Okay. Ooh, holy fuck. Here, that's how I did it last time.
Use this ratchet. You can use this wrench.
I'm gonna go in. Where for the big one? It was right there.
Videotaping anyway.
Oh. Okay. Go. Oh, you mother. Okay, we're gonna pause and get this. Just to recap, we've got.
So we got this one in. We got the middle one in. The one that we showed you that should be on this side.
Now we're getting the sway bar link in.
We got the top sway bar in that came off. It's super hard to come off of. We don't have to do anything too special, but we got it on. And I think this bolt right here needs to be tightened. This bolt right here needs to be tightened. Here, let's get this light over here. Okay, this bolt here, this bolt down here, and then I think we're gonna have to put the caliper on with the rotor, but then we're gonna come back with a video to show you it airing up. So stay tuned. Alrighty.
Here it is. We are all done. See how low it is? It's almost touching the ground. We're a low rider Mercedes. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the top wheel. Look at that wheel. It's covered. Alright. On both sides.
And if you don't have a lot of tools to do this, as you can see, we're scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
You need tools.
Yeah, it's a job.
Okay, he's gonna hold the camera while I go start it. Hopefully we get a victory moment here.
Oh God, let's see, guys. We're coming back in. We haven't started it yet. Here we go. Oh, truth, boys. I hear them. Starting to slowly lift. Okay, we have no reservoir in here, so it is starting to lift.
I see it.
It is slow.
Well, it's gonna take a while because
Listen.
there is no air.
Listen. Nope, it stopped. Oh,
There it goes.
all right.
Every like 5 seconds.
There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna move over to the tires so you guys can see it actually raising.
Just remember, this vehicle has 83,000 original miles.
83,000.
And it has failed.
And yeah, they have failed. And if you guys don't hear that clicking,
I hear the front adjusting.
that is them kicking on. I ended the video on accident again, but I keep hitting the stupid volume buttons on this iPhone.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we are no longer a low rider. And that is up.
This is so much work, Papa.
And remember, this is our first time doing this. Look at that. Look at that. And I am happy.
Sag a little bit because the front tire's low.
Yeah, this side does have front tire low. Alrighty. Aeronauts, thumbs up. I do give them a shout out. If you guys have a E500, do the research on them. Yeah, do the research on them. I was just kind of seeing something I spaced out. Just do the research on them. Make sure they fit your car. They fit this Mercedes. It's a little bit of a job, but we got it done. And it's even. And we're off the ground. So I give Aeronauts thumbs up. 5-star.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe.
Let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, make sure we're going to always be putting this the content out, so make sure you guys just like it, subscribe to it, and keep up to date on us, because we get the nice cars and we get the cars that just will it come back to life. But for now, we're actually doing a real job, so it works 100%. We'll come back in the morning to show you that it's not down. All right, have fun, everyone.